first up, we're going to get you to do an intro and a plot summary, is what it says.
Why did I write down specifically that I do the plot summary?
I don't know, because you said you wanted to. Are you going to force me to do it? Do you want to do the intro and then I have to do a plot summary?
No, it's okay. Hello and welcome to Marvelocity.
The saddest intro ever.
Hello and welcome to Marvelocity, the only show for you.
Yep, that's right. You, Derek. It's only for you.
Where we talk about MCU movies in release order. I'm right about it this time. In release order. And today, we're watching Iron Man 2. I said chronological order last time, which is not correct. And then you corrected me to chronological order, which is the same thing and also wrong.
But like chronological in like the time it was released.
Yeah, I guess.
In a way.
Iron Man 2. Do we say when it takes place first?
I don't know.
Because this is when the timeline immediately starts getting confusing.
Yeah.
Iron
Place
Man
it
2.
in the timeline.
The text scroll at the beginning says 6 months later. That is not true. It has been retconned to be 3 years later.
Oh my god. That's
the
a
first,
big retcon.
Yeah. The first Iron Man still takes place in 2008 when it released. They have since changed it so that Iron Man 2 takes place in 2011, which is when Captain America and Thor came out. And Hulk has been retconned to be 2011 as well. Iron Man 2, the ending of Captain America, Hulk, and Thor all take place within the same 1 week span.
That's crazy.
It's because they made a tie-in comic called Nick Fury's Big Week, where he just gets progressively more and more mad as it goes through all the events of the movies.
I mean, as we'll see in this episode, Nick Fury was kind of mad the whole time.
No, he was... That's when... A little spoiler, I guess, but when he leaves, when he's like, I gotta go to New York, that is because they have dropped Captain America's body off at the Shield Center in Times Square.
I see.
So that's where he's leaving to do that.
Big money. All right, plot summary?
Plot summary is that riding high off of his fucking whatever he did, the murder of his old business partner.
And he said, I am
Tony Stark,
Iron Man.
Tony Stark fucks around for nearly 3 years. Just kind of do whatever. He claims to have solved world war, which doesn't make sense.
He said that he's officially privatized world peace.
I took a note about that, and we'll get to it. He has just kind of been dicking around, I guess, and just like threatening other nations with Iron Man weapon.
Well, it's more like he said that. So like it starts off talking about like the announcing of the Stark Expo.
Yeah.
And then it goes to the courtroom scene where he basically says, no, I'm not going to give you the Iron Man suit. I am a nuclear deterrent.
And I have a lot to say about the courtroom scene.
Yeah.
About the congressional hearing.
It's an interesting scene to talk about. Then it goes to Pepper in the lab. He hands over his CEO-ship. Then we learn
he's dying.
We do learn he's dying from palladium poisoning. Then we go to the racetrack where Whiplash makes his first appearance.
Oh, yeah.
Gets beat.
But he doesn't.
Gets beat, sent to prison, where he gets broken out by Mr. Hammer.
We could say it's a draw.
Well, he gets beat and then sent to prison.
Yeah.
But they break the concept of the untouchable god of Iron Man, which is the point of that scene, I suppose.
The whole point of the movie, the crux of the short, really, is Tony Stark's fucking ego death. That he's like tripping so hard on his like YOLO, live and let live, I'm gonna die soon anyway type of mentality. His like, you should all be thanking me for doing this, even though I'm kind of being a scumbag about it.
True. After that scene, after he breaks out of prison, the whole thing is about Hammer wants to show up Stark, and the government wants the Iron Man suit. Hammer breaks Whiplash out of prison. Uses Whiplash to try and make better Iron Man suits. Eventually, Rhodey steals Iron Man's suit.
After he gets pissed drunk and nearly kills
himself
a couple people at a party.
Yeah.
And pees in his suit. We shouldn't neglect to mention that he does piss himself.
Well, it has a filtration system. You could basically drink that water.
Okay, fucking push up your glasses with your index finger, you fucking freak.
That's a line in the movie.
Yeah, I know, and I wanted to punch him for saying it too.
Yeah, and then Whiplash, surprise, surprise, is a villain, hacks all the suits, or I guess he built them. So, and then a big scene with Rhodey kind of joining together after being hacked. Cool scene, whatever. Movie ends. That's the plot. Now let's go into what we actually think about this
Pepper
plot.
and Tony do a big kiss.
Oh, yeah.
And then Rhodey's like sitting there on the roof like, hell yeah. And they're like, can I fucking help you?
Bro sitting in the cuck chair. Big fan.
It's so true.
All right, let's talk about the plot. Let's go back. Do you have anything to say about the announcing of the Stark Expo, or do we want to get right into the courtroom scene?
I love the Stark Expo.
I love the opening shots of the movie, but we'll get into that.
I did say oh my god, the way the movie opens, where we're listening to the newsreel of Tony announcing that he's Iron Man from Anton Vanko's deathbed. That's so good. And I don't know if it's getting into cinematography or not, but I want to talk about it now. It kind of falls into cinematography, symbolism, and character.
Yeah. But let's
just
it's plot and writing. So
plot and writing.
We can talk right here.
The opening scene of Vanko Whiplash creating his own arc reactor and his own suit mirrors and plays off of Tony's journey through the cave so much that it like has to be intentional.
Oh yeah.
There are so many similar shots, and there's the music is similar, the lighting is similar. And it made me realize that Whiplash and Hammer are just Tony Stark. Like, they're such better foils for him than Stain ever was. Justin Hammer is literally just Tony if he wasn't that smart.
Yeah.
They're the same dude. We just find him less charming because he's also stupid.
yeah, he's also not as attractive as Robert Downey Jr. and
Vanko,
less suave. He trips, remember?
Vanko is literally just Stark if he was born poor.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only thing that separates those two.
Stark's dad deported his family.
Yeah,
like,
that's insane.
Like, arguably Tony's the villain in that guy's history. Like, it's just
he's like it's. I know I'm stumbling over words. It's just so good. I think that these are some of the two best villains in the MCU. I think they are the two best villains in Phase 1. And I think the reason they're so underrated is because a lot of people see them as two separate characters and view them only in that way. I think that they are amazing as a team. Not because they work well together, because they don't. Because they both fucking hate each other.
Yeah, obviously.
But the fact that together they foil and parallel the worst aspects of Tony's personality, that's so good.
It is good. It is really good. And I mean, these are really the point of the Iron Man films, which is also kind of a negative of the Iron Man films, is just that basically Tony is there's a problem there. He's obviously a narcissist, and it's sort of just like a history of Tony learning from his mistakes. A lot of the time it kind of feels like it's the same mistake, which is the issue. But in order to do that, you need to have these sort of villains that are kind of just him, because he is fighting himself.
Oh, yeah.
These villains are just kind of also there so that they can have the big fight scene, so that he can fight what the real battle is, his own narcissistic personality. I really like these villains. I like these villains much more than I like Stain, and I love the opening of this movie. I think it's really good.
It's the common thing to note that, like, Captain America, who were his villains? Like, Red Skull, Winter Soldier, and Alexander Pierce, Zemo, they all are challenges independent of Steve Rogers that he's had to rise to meet. All of Thor's villains are, like, ancient forces of the universe, like Malekith, that he's struggling against. All of Tony's antagonists are directly created by and correlated to him in some way. Like, Obadiah Stane would not have become the Ironmonger if not for Tony building the suit. Vanko would not have flown to Italy to kill him if he wasn't Iron Man. Killian like explicitly. I know we're not talking about Iron Man 3, but I love Aldrich Killian.
Oh yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
The fact that he was just like a normal guy that Tony fucked with once.
Okay.
And it's like all of Tony's villains are like him, and they're all by his own making.
Yeah. All right. After Stark Expo, we got the courtroom scene. Which I really, really like. I like this movie a lot. We'll basically you'll get the sense of that while we work throughout this podcast here. I have a few nitpicks, of course, as I always do. But generally, I thought this courtroom scene was really fun. I think it makes sense. I don't think it makes sense government-wise. Government would just seize his assets. Well, it doesn't matter. Like they would just pull up. Like they wouldn't bring him to court.
I was thinking about that because I was like, hold on. Is the Iron Man suit covered by the Second Amendment? And I think in like especially modern U.S. Supreme Court, I think they would rule that it is.
I just like I can't imagine that like let's go to the U.S. right now. Trump would sign an executive order.
Yeah.
Give me the. I would like the Iron Man weapon. Give me the Iron Man weapon.
We'll make the Trump Man suit. It'll be huge. Huge. Terrible Trump impression.
I don't know how to do a Trump impression.
I usually can, but I just lost it.
Yeah, it's just terrible all around. Maybe we should give up.
As a kid, I thought... True. Well, thanks for watching.
Yeah, that's it.
Next week will be nothing.
We couldn't do a Trump impression. It's over.
As a kid, I thought that Tony was right.
That's crazy.
But he's not.
He's objectively wrong here.
Everybody in that room is wrong.
Yeah, no.
Like the Senator, Rhodey, Hammer, Tony, all of them are wrong.
Yeah.
It was just Tony being like, I have the right to own a nuke at my house. And then the Senator being like, nuh-uh, that should be the government's nuke. And it's like, guys, there's no.
Maybe no nukes. Maybe we don't need a nuke.
The government guy was saying, like, Tony Stark as one individual is not responsible enough to have a device of this caliber. And I was like, true. And then he was like, and that's why it should be under the control of the U.S. Armed Forces. And I was like, no. What?
No, thank you.
That feels crazy.
Yeah, though it's definitely crazy all around. Not great. I will say the writing in that scene is so fun. I think this is still before kind of Marvel humor got old. Tony is just cracking one-liners every time he speaks, and like, yes, I know it's cringe, but I thought it was pretty funny.
It is fun, but it also puts fully on display that he's still like an asshole.
Oh yeah, that's the point though.
Like,
right?
You're watching this in a movie and you're like, that's funny dialogue. If you were watching like a real congressional hearing and like Mark Zuckerberg was talking like that, you'd be like, fuck that guy, take away Facebook.
Like, I mean, like, we said the line earlier, but like he walks out of that courtroom and he goes,
I have successfully privatized world peace.
As if privatization is a good thing.
Like
we're not going to politics, but like this movie's more political than even the first one.
Yeah, privatizing is not a good thing. I feel like anyone watching this film, I feel like that's intended. It's not supposed to be like, oh yeah, I've privatized world peace. You don't want to do that. You want world peace to be world peace.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want some one guy to be the owner of world peace, right? So it's like he's very clearly not supposed to be the good guy in that scene, and neither are the senators. He's supposed to join S.H.I.E.L.D.
He's supposed
to join. The S.H.I.E.L.D. is the answer to that question later on.
But then,
then we get
5 movies from now. That's also not really a good idea. But like,
and then it's fun because it harkens back to this film where he feels like he's made a mistake, and then he signs this.
True.
Like that is like, I think it's really good writing. I like it. I think it's good. But we'll get there when we get to that film, I guess.
There was another like next time baby moment when Rhodey was like, I'm here, it's me, get used to it or deal with it.
Yeah,
it's like that's very like deal with it. The second I saw Rhodey come in, I was actually said like next time baby.
It's so
it's such a good line.
It's so funny because he never does. He doesn't get it next time.
Way later on when Tony is fighting with Rhodey.
Yeah.
And he's like, you want to do this? You want to create the war machine?
Yeah.
And I was like, next time, baby. That's the same kind. That's like such a fan servicey line.
It's so. I really like how they slip that in.
Yeah.
They like to slip in like the actual names of the things before they call it whatever the hell they call it.
I'm shocked that in like Age of Ultron, she's like some kind of Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, they got much worse at it.
They
Tony saying, "Hey man, you want to be the War Machine?" when
Yeah.
he's all about his world peace arc, like actually makes sense because that's how he speaks. He speaks in one-liners, and like this is a very clever way of doing it. Okay, wait, pause.
Yes.
Back to the courtroom. So this podcast is just so all over the place all the time. We're so bad.
I've got a lot to
staying
say
on
about like the
topic.
first half of this movie, and then it really drops off.
During the courtroom scene, Senator Stern goes, yeah, I'd love to, or I can't even remember who it was. Was it Stern or was it Hammer? I think it was Stern, but maybe it was Hammer. He's like, I'd like to keep my door unlocked, but this ain't Canada.
This is the real world. That was Hammer, and it's like,
no, he said, this ain't Canada. Maybe that would work in Canada. Like that's super funny. I don't think.
Well, I mean, it is. I mean, that's a real thing. But like,
I guess.
He was like, this ain't Canada. I looked out the window. I was like,
This is Canada.
Huh.
I live in Canada.
Maybe
My door
he's-
is unlocked.
maybe he's pro annexation.
Hey.
Did you hear that? Jackson's door is unlocked, and he lives at 245.
No.
His phone number is 5.
We move on to Pepper. Well, Tony in the lab. We find out about palladium poisoning.
Oh yeah.
I think it looks cool. I really like the design of the poison, like electronic veins, even though it doesn't make sense because veins aren't really shaped like that. It looks like electronic varicose veins, but it's cool. It's cool. I like
The
it.
high-tech crossword puzzle, I
Yeah.
believe is what they call it.
Yeah.
It's good design. Everything about the storytelling in this movie is so much better
You think is
than
better?
Iron Man 1.
than
I
Iron Man 1,
have
okay.
been not shy about this. Iron Man 2 is my favorite one.
Okay.
Of the 3 Iron Men.
Of the 3 Iron Men.
Of the 3 Iron Men is my favorite one.
As we know, there are only 3 Iron Men.
So far, I guess. Well, whatever that fucking Ironheart show, I guess. Whatever, it doesn't matter. The writing... Pepper's just...
I think their chemistry's better in this mill.
the chemistry's better, but she still really falls into the trap of she's doing one of 3 things, and that is either condescending to him, yelling at him, or crying profusely.
Yeah, no, it's
Like the 3 things that she does.
It's still not a well-written woman.
No.
But we do get ScarJo in
We
this movie.
almost got a well-written woman.
I
I did write, because I saw it coming up and forgot what it was. I wrote Black Widow introduction is awesome, and then I put an asterisk just aside from the sexism. Because I forgot just how, like, explicitly, like,
sexual.
horny it was.
It's so horny. I actually, in my notes, I have...
That is
I
the
do,
next scene, right?
I did
They're
not...
in the boxing ring immediately after that.
I think the next scene... Yes. Yeah.
Oh, no, it's just, like, a quick shot of Vanko at the,
Yeah.
like, buying tickets to Italy.
Whatever, and then it moves on. Either way, we can talk about it. Literally, at the end of the movie, or it was specifically the scene at the desk before he finds out it's Natasha, he says, no, he doesn't say, I just did not remember them flirting with Tony this much. Like, she straight up, is like, I think you should do whatever you want.
To be fair...
Like, that's, I don't know, I just don't remember, I didn't remember it being that way.
To be fair, that is part of the Black Widow character, right?
Yeah,
in the
that's
comics,
the point.
she's
That's the
like
point.
uses her sexuality
Yeah.
to kind of get what she needs.
Well, that's what a Black Widow does, right?
Yeah, but like
The whole point is that Black Widow spiders, they fuck the man and then eat him. So
it just feels weird. Like if I were her, I would have said whatever I could have said to make him not throw
Do
a
that.
drunken party and piss himself in front of everyone.
I would have eaten him in the sense of making him join Shield? Question mark.
If somebody asked me, what would you do if it was your last birthday on Earth? I would be like, well, I'd spend time with my family and loved ones. I wouldn't be like, I would fucking do whatever I want.
I'd do whatever and whoever I want.
Hint, hint.
Hint, hint. Me. Except for she doesn't want to.
Except she definitely doesn't.
Yeah, she wants the Hulk, just like that other girl that we don't ever
get
see again.
Why she couldn't be like wearing the suit underneath her blouse? Like
Yeah,
why
why
we
did
got
she
the
have
scene
to
of her
change in the car?
undressing in the car. Also, why couldn't you wear
Jon
a blouse
Favreau
and a
just
skirt
wanted to see
going
that
to?
shit.
Why couldn't you wear a blouse and a skirt in a fight? Like why you need to wear a jumpsuit? There's nothing.
Because
You could just put your little
cool.
tasers on the.
Because it's
We're getting so sidetracked.
Yeah, we're really far. Racetrack.
Racetrack.
Wait, no, before the racetrack. Can we talk about the elephant room? show the picture of him on the beach.
I know exactly what you're talking about immediately.
Elon Musk is in this film.
Oh my god.
Oh.
There's a literal...
This is back when people thought he was the real life Iron Man.
Yeah. And I was watching it. It's what I said to my... Because I watched this with my mom.
Mm-hmm.
We got to the scene where he's building the reactor in the house. And I was like, it's so upsetting to me in retrospect because this is literally how Elon Musk sees himself.
Yeah.
Like what's happening right now. And then she was like, oh my god, he's Justin Hammer.
Oh
I
my
god!
god!
Yes.
Oh my god!
He absolutely is.
Oh.
Except, you know what? We both agreed Justin Hammer is funnier and more charismatic than Elon Musk ever was.
It is true. It is true. Not to compliment Justin Hammer here.
What's the line he says at the Stark Expo? Like when he shows off the hammer drones, the first thing he says, it's something like really like lame. There's a new crisis facing our nation. All the journalists are about to run out of ink.
Well, today, my friends, the press is faced with quite a different problem. They are about to run out of ink.
And it's just like really soft applause. And I was like, that's like infinitely funnier than anything I've ever heard Elon Musk say.
Yeah, that's true.
So it was good. I like it. I love Justin Hammer.
I thought he was funny. Okay, racetrack scene.
One of the best shot action scenes, I think, in all of Phase 1. I love that scene.
I think it looks cool, but I think it is arguably the most plot holes I've ever seen.
Maybe.
Just be not like actual plot holes. It just doesn't make sense. Okay, here's my first thing. But why can Whiplash hit race cars that are going at 370 kilometers an hour? Right? That's how fast race cars go, right? But he can't hit Tony jumping. Well,
to be fair,
why did the regular car hit him, but not the 370 kilometers an hour race cars? Why didn't Tony hit?
I can try. This is me being an apologist for the movie now. A car moving that, like a big target moving towards you that fast, wouldn't be super hard to hit with a long whip.
Yes,
they were
it
at
would.
the point where Tony was like, whips are harder to use in closer quarters.
No, but if he's able to hit something moving at 370 kilometers an hour, he should be able to hit Tony. And then here's the next thing. Why is sometimes the whip cuts something in half, and then sometimes it just sends Tony flying? Right? Like, it cuts the car in half, and then Tony gets hit in the side with it, and he moves, and there's not that much visual damage.
I'm a big proponent of something called the rule of cool, which is if something is a striking enough visual or a good enough set piece, I'm kind of willing to, you know what, I don't need to think about this specific thing that critically, just because I know that they just wanted to have a scene that looked like that. And it works, and it looks great, and so I'm more willing to forgive certain things when it comes to that.
I think it's cool. I really like Whiplash. I like his design. I like how the whips work. I like they look cool, and I like the idea of that. I just think it's crazy how inconsistent the damage of the whips do.
Oh, yeah.
Like, either they're cutting a fucking metal car in half, or they're lightly grasping Tony, and he's going, "Oh, this sure is shocky."
I'm also willing to say that, like, the Iron Man suit is probably more durable than a stock car.
He got hit.
That's not a stock
he
car.
got hit.
You know what I mean.
He got hit without the Iron Man suit on. He
Right.
got sent in just like racer gear, and he was dodging it in racer gear. That's what I mean. Like,
I don't think
it's
the
like
whip
so...
hit him when he was in the race car. I think it, like, the shock wave of the hit on the ground is what sent him.
It still happens with the Iron Man suit for sure.
Yeah.
But it's just like really inconsistent, and it kind of took me out when I was like looking for nitpicky stuff,
Right.
which I am always looking for in these movies, as we know. But yeah, that's my like biggest argument, honestly, against this film is literally just that.
Mm-hmm.
I think the next scene is way
Oh my
cooler.
God.
I think the end scene is cooler.
One of my favorite parts about the entire film is when Tony like stands up and he's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, you should have had to try harder than that." But then he's just laughing maniacally and saying, "You lose," like over and over. And Tony goes in clearly to antagonize him. He's like, "We're gonna have a battle of wits with this moron and I'll win." But then, like, Whiplash is just like non-stop banger after banger in that conversation.
I mean, if we go to the racetrack scene, the first the first fight, at the very end, when Tony beats him, and he has him on the ground, is like, "You're going to prison," basically. He like, Whiplash is visibly happy, and Tony's confused, and he just says, "If you can make God bleed, people will cease to believe in him."
And there are sharks in the water.
Yeah.
And it's like, holy shit.
I was like, this guy's aura farming Tony.
Everything
is so sick.
Everything he says in the jail cell. And it especially like comes back later that Tony's cockiness actually like hurt him. When he gets a call from Vanko, the first thing he says is, "Up the cycles per minute. That was good advice, thanks."
Yeah.
Because he was just being cocky and being like, "I can make this better than you."
Yeah.
But it came back to bite him because he made a better suit out of it. And it's so fucking good. God, Whiplash and Justin Hammer are two of the best villains in the MCU, and I will die on that hill.
They're good. They're good. Maybe not the best, but they're good.
They're such good antagonists.
Do you have anything that you want to lead us into the next little scenes after this?
I really liked the breakout scene. I don't think that's the next one, but I think the scene immediately after that is just like Tony and Pepper yelling at each other for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I really loved how like coordinated it was, and the fact that when he gets out of the car with the bag over his head, Justin Hammer's sitting there with a fucking like frilly napkin hanging off his chest. And he's like, "Where are my manners? Please help yourself to a glass of champagne."
It is really funny.
It's so funny how they are really similar as characters, but also how like completely divergent they are as characters.
Guys, they got more chemistry than Pepper and Tony.
That's so real. We're gonna need to see some Vanko x Hammer fanfic in the chat
right now.
Right now.
Pull it up.
Jamie,
we gotta have a fake person that we refer to.
I gotta pay Caleb producer. To like sit in the corner behind my bed, just like
yo,
looking things up.
Caleb, show me this guy's balls, please.
No.
Oh man.
Show me Justin Hammer Rule 34, please.
Pretty please. Okay.
Editor, don't put that in.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to talk about in plot and writing before we kind of get into like the acting, characters, and casting, and then we'll move on to
we covered the plot. It was just really solid plot. I feel like it had.
Oh wait, let's talk about
the same problem the original Iron Man did, where it starts out really tight, really strong, and then it kind of loosens out towards the middle, where it becomes this kind of nebulous like. Tony's dying and he's dealing with the fallout of that, and then it tightens back up again when we get to the Stark Expo. Yeah.
I think the party scene, like going to the party scene, because I feel like that's an important one that we didn't talk about. So obviously Tony is dying, realizes he doesn't have much longer to live, tries to get Pepper to go away with him. Pepper won't go away with him, so he talks to Natasha. Really, really horny for some reason. She tells him to do whoever he wants. And then he gets pissed drunk at a party, pisses himself in the suit, cleans it, whatever. They shoot people around. Rhodey comes, takes the Iron Man weapon.
In, like, a really well choreographed fight as well.
Really well choreographed fight. And I love how they said this when they were at the donut place later. But Tony let him take the suit.
It's
there were measures in place that would have stopped him from taking, but instead Tony fought him and let him take the suit.
I think you gotta lean in again, man.
Oh,
I think you keep leaning away. You do the same thing that my mom does. I just don't lean away from the microphone.
I just don't want it to be really loud because sometimes.
Well, it needs to be around that volume.
Okay. It's fine.
I like that the fight scene does have like a couple like cartoon bonk sound effects, like so very clearly, like a boom, and it's really good.
I just really like how overall main film kind of talking about how Tony is a scumbag for money and egotistical, and he sort of learns his lesson, but then he thinks he's a hero, right? The second film, still super egotistical, but now he's dying, right? And he's kind of dealing with his narcissism while also trying to still be a better person. So he's talking to Pepper basically like, this is the woman I love. He's not sleeping with other girls in this movie. He's only ogling ScarJo.
He's only like very much so implying that he wants to fuck her in front of his girlfriend.
But he doesn't, and he doesn't actively really flirt with her.
It was 2011. That's just how women are. It's 2010, I guess. So it's even better for the film's defense.
Yeah.
It was a whole year before.
Yeah. And then like he gets to the party and he lives it up, and then he's willing to give Rhodey, his best friend, the Iron Man suit because he's not going to have it anymore because he's going to be dead soon.
He knows there needs to be an Iron Man.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be him.
And he thinks Rhodey should have it. And I think that's really cool. Even though he's doing it in his own, can't get over his own narcissism way where he basically kills himself, getting drunk and then getting in that fight. But like, it's dope. I think it's really good writing. I think it's really good characterization of Tony.
Because he would also know, like, if he tried to if he was like, Rhodey, take this, he would have been like, no, I can't take that.
Yeah, I mean, like, he didn't want to take it.
He had to put him in a situation where he had to take it.
Yeah. And it's just, I thought it was really good. I like Nick Fury coming in, giving him the symptom relief.
I feel like Samuel L. Jackson was phoning it in like a little tiny bit sometimes. Like some of his lines. One that I remember very clearly is he said, "Only you have the know-how to solve the mystery of your heart." And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? That doesn't mean anything in this context.
I think
what riddle of the heart are we referring to, Nick?
So I thought Samuel L. Jackson at first, like when he was first talking, I was like, this motherfucker just sounds kind of annoyed. He just kind of sounds pissed off, and he's kind of he felt like he was overacting. But then I thought about it, and I saw it in the context of this movie and how he feels like he's babysitting Tony, and he's basically teacher voicing him the entire movie. Yeah. Oh, I kind of like it. I double backed, and I kind of liked it.
That in the when they were in the diner scene, he would have been told, we just found Steve Rogers' body, and also Bruce Banner has just destroyed a university in, is it Michigan?
Yeah, something like that.
Bruce Banner has just destroyed a university campus hours before, and by the time we see him at the end of the movie,
Thor's hammer has dropped.
Yeah, when they are talking like, deny from the Avengers Initiative, what has happened to Nick Fury that week? In order, Tony Stark got pissed drunk at a party. Bruce Banner destroyed Harlem. Thor fell from the sky. They recovered Steve Rogers' body, who's alive and just kind of kicking it now. And then Ivan Vanko destroyed the Stark Expo. So I'd be pretty fucking pissed too.
Yeah, bro.
I'd have a pretty short temper by that point.
Yeah, no, fair enough. And it's valid. I like it. Then let's go to discovering the new element. The scene in the garage with his father's videos. I thought
that's such a good scene.
It's a really good scene.
It's a little
in a
contrived,
movie. It does not make sense in real life. How has he never seen this video before? How has he never gotten to this? Like, why has he never done this before just now?
Tiny bit contrived. But
yeah.
It's also like, and you also got to remember that it's established, I guess, later, maybe as backfill, that like when his parents died, Tony did not care for his dad.
No, I mean it's said in the movie. So he thought his dad hated him.
He wouldn't be like, I want to go look through my pop's old videos. He would be like, fuck that guy.
Yeah, still pretty contrived scene overall, but it's a good scene for a movie.
It's good for a movie.
It's very fun to watch. I really like him discovering the new element, even though it doesn't make sense. And I'm not sick of all of the fun little holograms everywhere, even though they don't make sense. I'm not sick of them yet.
We are going to talk about it so much when we get to Ant-Man.
Yeah.
But, like, the scene where he's turning the expo diagram into the element is like the pinnacle of this sounds really smart if you don't think about it for more than 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Because if you do, what the fuck is happening right now?
Yeah.
You turned the pavilions into little atoms. Why? How?
No,
what are we doing?
He turned the pavilions into a basis for the nucleus of the atom, which is just protons and neutrons. Guys, creating a new element doesn't work like that. Like we can't do that.
Yeah.
We got them all. It's just like I guess we have to.
We don't have all of them.
Well, we
also didn't name the element either.
No. It's just like it's also just like it doesn't that's not really how it looks. Really
it's fine. It's like it's the most like yeah, but it's also I'm willing to give it more of like the rule of cool kind of dose.
Yeah, I thought it's a very fun scene. It looks cool. It makes sense if you don't think about it, which was literally my motto in high school. So
there was
I'll handle it.
The thing I was talking to someone about this like recently, and they were like, how did Whiplash even get on the track? Isn't there security that would have prevented him from doing that? Like, there are reasons he wouldn't be able to blah, blah, blah. And I was thinking, like, yeah, that would be true in real life. But the real answer is if Ivan Vanko didn't get on the track, there wouldn't be a movie. So sometimes unrealistic things just have to happen because if they didn't, there wouldn't be a story to tell.
Loki, I believe Ivan Vanko getting like that doesn't break my immersion.
No.
Something like
well, that's the crazy thing, because I was watching this with Mom.
Yeah.
When he was building basically the Hadron Collider in his basement, and she was like, "How long is this?" And I was like, "He's probably been at this for like 2-3 days." And she was like, 2 days? No, that's unrealistic. He wouldn't have been able to build it that fast. He wouldn't have. It was like, he can fly, and that's where you're drawing the line of you can't suspend your disbelief any further than that.
I think I can suspend my disbelief sometimes, as long as it's kind of consistently inconsistent. Something like the whips dealing inconsistent amount of damage kind of takes me out of it because I'm like, well, I thought he was cool enough to slice a car in half. Why can't he hurt a human? Or something kind of like the Atom scene just does kind of take me out because it's just like not really how that works. But something like that, like how long it takes him to build something, I don't care. Like that's like it's a movie. I don't want it to be known that he was in that for a month building. Yeah. Like I don't care. Like I don't care about that.
Unless the Stark Expo takes 2 years.
Yeah.
Then it's like
it's just like I don't. That's not my issue here.
That's not the.
I'm
point.
worried about bells on bikes. I'm not worried about how long it takes to create a new element.
Yeah. 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 Well, it's we should. I think that's everything for.
Well, the final fight.
I think.
And then them getting together.
I do think if Tony just killed him, it wouldn't have been as effective.
You like the suicide bomb everywhere?
That. I thought it was so good because I thought he was just dead. I thought because they showed his face and I was like, oh, is he just? I thought there was something. And then he was like, You lose. He never wins. He doesn't want to win. He just wants Tony to lose. That's why he's such a good fucking fan. I will rant about this for hours. I love these characters.
All right. If we're other than that, the final scene when they're getting the medals, I actually Loki the hardest I laughed, which is terrible because it's not even that good of a joke, and there's so many jokes in the entire film. Is when Senator Stern pokes him with the prick. It goes ow, and he's like, it's funny how annoying a little prick can be. It is. And then he still takes the photo arms around them.
It's such a good.
It's so okay. Let's move on to characters, acting and casting.
I do love that they called the Senator back in Winter Soldier, just to be like he was a Hydra agent, by the way, the whole time. He was like an American Nazi this entire time.
He plays like the most awful people in government so well, so cartoonishly. I want to say cartoonishly, but then we look at the U.S. government and it's like it's not even that cartoonish. Right? He does it so well, and I actually he
probably was the standout actor for me, which is crazy because he plays such a minor part.
Yeah,
he's just
he
like
was really good.
he's there playing golfing with Hammer. He's there at the end and he's there at the start, and he does it so well. Like it reminded me of like the TikTok court scenes where it's like these fucking idiots are just like yelling random shit at this poor CEO. And it's just like it's so funny. It's so funny.
It's so good.
I do love it. Another big thing to talk about is obviously Don Cheadle stepping in as Rhodey.
We disagree, I think.
I like the old actor.
I like Don Cheadle more.
I just don't like Don Cheadle.
That's crazy.
I just don't like him.
So what, you hate trans kids?
No,
You don't think we should protect trans kids?
No, I do. I just what? No.
Twitter, do your thing.
No. No, I just there's something about the vibe of the old guy that made more sense as like a military guy who would still be friends with Tony. And Don Cheadle just doesn't have that vibe.
He's too kind. He's
Yeah.
too like soft spoken and like a guy you'd want to talk to.
Yeah.
Like Terrence Howard really had the energy of like, I wouldn't want to be in a room with this man for more than like 20 minutes.
Something about Don Cheadle feels really corny to me and really Marvel movie, and I don't know why. And it's probably why I don't really like him as a character.
That's fair, but I prefer this acting.
Don Cheadle's probably the better actor, but I like the other one. I kind of like their chemistry. I wish I could have seen at least a movie more of it so he could could say next time baby and be right.
They wouldn't have put him in the war machine. You looked at it and said next time again,
next time
baby,
next time,
and he would have left it. Don Cheadle would have gotten the suit anyway.
Yeah,
and that would have been great.
Yeah.
Obviously Robert Downey Jr. continues to be a good casting choice.
Yeah,
because he is just playing himself.
Yeah.
Obviously Gwyneth Paltrow continues to be not a good casting choice.
I think it was improved.
I think she's a bad actor.
I think she's better in this film.
That is fair.
She's better in this film for sure.
I feel like they write her a little better.
I think their chemistry on stage together is a little better. It's more believable that they would be together. Happy
is a character now.
Yeah,
like he actually has lines.
That scene with Happy and
where
ScarJo,
where she flips him over. That's so funny.
No, not even that one. The scene where they're breaking in to try and find Whiplash, and they just...
He takes out like 12 guys in the time it takes him to do one.
Yeah, but he's so proud of that one, and then he's like, I did it! And then he looks for it, and it's like 24 guys, 3 of them hanging from the ceiling, a couple dead on the ground. It's like...
That was actually... You just reminded me, because we didn't talk about it. That's such an effective scene.
Yeah.
Well, like when Hammer's like, these 2 bodyguards not to be fucked with, I'm gonna leave them with you, and then we cut back to them later and the room is dark and he's just kneeling on the phone with 2 bodies hanging behind him. Never acknowledge it.
Yeah,
it's like so effective and like, holy shit,
this
guy
is a problem.
Insane.
He's a problem.
It's so good. Mickey Rourke, I understand the criticism of like they should have picked somebody Russian to play the Russian guy. Yeah. But also, he's so good in the role. He's like good in the role. Really
he's
good.
Pretty good in the role.
What's his name?
Whomst?
Justin Hammer.
Justin Hammer is Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell is so good at playing a business dweeb, and that continues to be the case.
If this movie was made in the present time, he'd be a crypto bro.
Oh,
and I
yeah,
love
absolutely.
that. I love that.
Absolutely. He's such like a. He's also really good at playing like an angry idiot.
Yeah.
Because those are the 2 moods that Hammer has, where he's like a schmoozing business loser and like a really angry person who's also like incredibly stupid.
I think I like the idea that he's not necessarily actually an idiot, and it's just that Tony's that smart.
No, he is really dumb.
No, but like
it's like,
he is arguably he's supposed to be number 2 in the weapons industry. You can't be number 2 in the weapons industry without he's supposed to be at least very, very competent compared to the average weapons person. And it's just like it shows that Tony and Whiplash are just like that much a cut above the rest.
They're just that guy.
They're just that guy, and that's cool. I like that.
I love the scene where he's showing off the weapons to Rhodey. If you told me all of that was improvised on Wolf's part, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it kind of...
It was so... I just loved you as, like, 45 caliber, knocked down a big building, but I can tell it's a little hood for you, so let me go with something else. I can tell... Not disco enough. Hey, I get it. Let me move on. Just like
I get it.
And there were so
hippie,
many.
What did you say? Is like I get it.
Hippie control.
Hippie control. All
right.
right.
You're not giving me anything.
I call this one the ex-wife. It's like brother.
Bust the bunker under the bunker he just busted.
This guy is like the lamest. It's like the reverse where it's like Tony has a bunch of one-liners and they're all pretty good, and he has a bunch of one-liners and they're just like dad corny.
Oh, but
it's like Eminem early albums versus Eminem later albums. Yeah. Bro's saying "watch her leave" out the window. I guess that's why they call it window pane, and everyone's going, bro.
One of my favorite scenes is when he insists on being a loser to make a point. Where he's like, Ivan, these aren't helmets. These are heads, right? These aren't helmets. You think this is a helmet? No. Okay, try to put this on. Put it on. It's not. No, go ahead. Go ahead, please. Put it. Like, see, it doesn't, and it's like so like lame that he just like continues. He's like, no, really, no, this is funny. I want to keep harping on this for a bit. And it's so lame, but it's so good.
He rides the joke too long.
Because that's who he is.
It's so good.
He's just a dweebish little loser, and I love him.
I think this is arguably the weakest performance from ScarJo. But,
yes.
But it gets so much better, and I like this being the first one.
I think it's just because of the writing, and
she doesn't get to be Black Widow the whole movie.
I'm going to say it. Costume design.
Yeah.
I think the costume design let her down hard.
A little bit.
I think the fact that Pepper gets to wear skirts that go below her knees is a luxury that Scarlett Johansson did not get.
No.
Which is very unfortunate.
ScarJo has very inconsistent writing across the franchise, which is unfortunate. I love the Black Widow movie.
I hate to say it. I think the best director for her was Joss Whedon. And that sucks to say.
Yeah.
But like Joe and Anthony Russo are just kind of idiots sometimes.
Yeah.
And the way that they directed her and Scarlet Witch and all, there's just,
yeah.
She was fine. She's a brilliant casting choice.
I think it's perfect for the role. Great casting choice. I think the writing could have been better. I think the characterization could have been better, and I think it gets better. I think there's downsides to it, but I love ScarJo.
The story that you tell, because at first when I was a kid and I was an asshole, I thought like Scarlett Johansson, she's whatever. She doesn't even know anything but the fucking comics. Who cares? Like why'd they cast blah blah blah, all the like the weird sexist stuff. But I learned that she was like a massive Marvel comic fan. And when her agent said, I have a role for you at Marvel, she didn't even know what it was. They were using code names for it, but she knew. And she dyed her hair preemptively before even going to the audition because she's like, my favorite character is Black Widow. I want to fucking play Black Widow. So she dyed her hair and got in costume before going to the audition. Like before it was even like, this is the character you're reading for. And that is such like a
banger
charm. That's such a fucking great.
You can tell it comes through. She's so confident and so proud to be in the role, and I love it.
She's one of the people who wants to be there.
Yeah, it's very clear she wants to be there. It's something like Robert Downey Jr. is the epitome of Marvel to me. That's why I like Iron Man. Is my favorite character in Marvel, which is basic, but I really like how it's always him fighting himself regardless of who he's actually up against. And getting into, I think the biggest highlight of this movie for me is his characterization. And I just think his characterization in this film is really good. Again, I get it's kind of repetitive from the first one, and we're going to say it again in the third one, but I think it's a little different in this one. I think he's learned his sort of like being evil is okay if it benefits me, and now he's just like, I like myself a little too much, and I'm a little too cocky, and he kind of gets rid of that a little bit in his own way, and I like that. I really like it. I like how the villains are just kind of him, and I think that is by far the biggest highlight for me.
This is absolutely getting into the how it fits into the rest of the MCU after bit, but this is the start of his like regression as a character.
Yeah,
almost, where he like it really comes into play in Civil War, like his encompassing fear of mortality. Like the reason he makes Ultron, the reason he signs the Sokovia Accords, the reason he makes the Mark 42, the reason he does everything is because Vanko made him bleed.
Yeah.
And he's like terrified of leaving the world unprotected or himself.
Yeah.
And it's such a good through line to give him.
I really, really think Robert Downey Jr. is the MCU in my eyes, and there's a reason I haven't really been into it since he's gone. He was the main character.
Well, I've got some good news for you. I love him.
It's gonna be a long time since he's
coming
gone.
back until
okay,
Dr. Doom.
I don't want that.
Do you think they're gonna make him speak in first person? Or in third person?
I hope not.
In none of the movies they do, but in all the comics, he's like, this pleases Doom. Doom would like to go do this or whatever.
This pleases Doom.
It's awesome.
Okay. Character design, CGI.
CGI, oh my god.
Perfect in this movie.
Especially for 2010, holy shit.
Actually, no notes.
Like, there was only one moment I noticed, which was when, like, in the Japanese garden, when Vanko takes the helmet off, like, it kind of looked a little strange.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, it just looked real.
I thought it looked real. I thought it was so good. I thought it was crazy. I was like, this is awesome. And honestly, I'm just going to tie in directing and cinematography. The flying scenes at the beginning are
I wanted to talk about that.
Crazy.
The second opening.
Crazy.
Where he like lands down while it's playing Shoot to Thrill. I wrote down in my notes that that's lame, but it's so fucking cool.
It's so right. The music and everything. Gotta love Iron Man is obviously in it.
Yeah.
Gotta love all of the rock that's in it. It fits Tony so well, and the flying scenes are so well directed. I love how dynamic the shots are throughout the movie. And that's where we get into this thing. And I like I said, I think the short film of Tony in the cave in the first Iron Man film, like we just kind of take him getting out of the cave, and then like if we took that as a short film, I think that would be like actually a 5-star cinematography, like cinematic experience. Like I think that's awesome. And then it kind of, I find it lackluster towards the end. I sort of find the same thing with this one, except for it's a little better consistently throughout, but it doesn't reach the same peaks I found of that first film. But like, God, the cinematography in the opening half of this movie is fantastic. It's dynamic before it gets into the whole action thriller vibes. But it's like, I really think this flying shot wasn't overdone yet, and it looks great.
Oh yeah,
it's so awesome. I think the CGI is magnificent. The fight scenes are well choreographed. It's a good one. It's a good one.
I am a 24-year-old woman, but I know this. There is like a 10-year-old boy who lives in my soul who saw that and was like, "Fuck yes!"
Yeah,
and that's I know it because I know I like good cinematography. I like good writing. But then you just show, like, a big guy throw a tank at someone, and I'm like, oh, fuck yes. That's the shit right there.
That's coke into my veins. Let's do it.
And the designs. The designs. Every suit that they put Justin Hammer in is very, like, intentionally... He's always done up until the very end when he loses his perceived control of Ivan and things start going wrong, and then his jacket's off, his buttons are getting undone, his shirt's untucked. He's just like getting more and more disheveled as the ending of the film commences, and that's such good costume designing. I said Scarlett Johansson's design, I really wish they put her in better clothing, but that's fine, I guess.
Whatever.
The Whiplash suit. When the scene where it burns away the jumpsuit and falls to the ground and reveals
so
that is
cool.
Such a good character design.
So cool.
And then the second design where he's got his own like larger but still
it's like
compact
it's basically
Iron Man
an
suit.
Ironmonger suit,
But it's got like the smooth front that's like resembles the comic book mask.
Yeah.
That I'm just even realizing right now that that's what it was doing.
Yeah, it's basically like Mark 1. It's going back to him being the man in the cave
and
this time.
It's got the fucking ripcord. Like during the scene where they're on the racetrack, when he wraps around the Mark III, or the Mark IV, he has to pull physically towards him. But then when he grapples on the roadie, and then it just like lawnmower cords back towards him, I was like, "Holy shit,
bro!" Learns from his mistakes. He's kind of like Tony.
I forgot
my God.
that was a thing in the movie until I like saw a scene, and I was like soy jacking. I was like, "Holy shit, that's good. So good."
It's good. It's good. I think the whips themselves, fire idea for a weapon, looks so sick.
Electricity is so visually good for fighting.
Blue electricity,
which is
dope.
why I hate
yellow electricity. Yellow electricity hater.
I hope everyone got their fill, because the one scene where Scarlett Johansson used the 2 electric grenades in the office, that is literally the only time in the entire MCU that she uses electricity to fight. Her main gimmick in the comic, we are done with it now. Congratulations, everyone. We did it. And that's
sad.
So, Justin Hammer and Ivan Vanko, I think, are 2 of the best designed characters in Phase 1.
Yeah.
Until we get to, like, Loki and Red Skulls. Well, I just like the villains.
Yeah,
I just think the villains
big villain
are cool.
fan. Do we want to move into metaphor, symbolism, and meaning?
Yeah.
Did you find any cool little tidbits in here? Because Loki,
I did have a couple.
Loki, I was not locked in like I was during the Hulk. Apparently,
a couple.
Finding the really shitty symbolism in the Hulk.
The idea that Vanko and Hammer, I keep saying it, but the fact that they are mirror reflections of Tony in a lot of their actions, like almost everything they do is like a reference or a mirror or the inverse of something that Tony's done earlier. And that's so cool. Mm-hmm. The fact that they are like a tag team foil to him is amazing. Mm-hmm. The scene in the party, at the end of the party, when the music cuts and he's just like turning around, he looks at the crowd and he like screams at them in like an animalistic pose. First of all, really cool scene. Second, when you're like looking out of the crowd, you're doing it from his perspective, so you see the reflection on the glass, and it reminded me so much of the introduction of the Ironmonger, where it's only the eyes and the center of the chest visible, really, with like a vague outline. That part of me thinks that has to be intentional. Yeah, but it's such a striking callback to be like, that's the way that we were always shown the villain in the previous film. Now we're seeing him that way. It's so good. And I'm pretty sure I had another thing written down. I wrote Hammer Dork and then no Stan Lee ? Yeah, my notes are
Bill
really
Riley Elon Nazi in a circle is crazy.
It's really just like a lot of the symbolism is mostly in the messaging of the like, this movie is not
super trying to sneak things around.
It's less pro-military than the first one.
Yeah.
But it's not really super anti-military.
See, yeah, like the first one kind of had that sort of thing where it vaguely hinted at the, the government owning humans.
Yeah.
And this one kind of drifted a little farther away and went back to really, like the instead of the him being Iron Man, it's him being, it's a prosthesis. It's about
that was
Second Amendment.
Such a stupid
thing.
line.
Yeah.
He was like, "It is an advanced prosthesis. I don't know any prosthesis on Earth that has a minigun attached to it, but what the fuck ever."
Sure, man. It gets into like the Second Amendment type beat.
They bring it in. They bring it in where they're talking about, like, is this the government's responsibility? Should it be kept with Tony specifically, or is it maybe a third thing? And they kind of circle that idea of like, is it ethical for one man or a government to have this kind of power? But then they don't really resolve it.
No, that's the thing. We're asking too much out of a Marvel movie.
Yeah, that's true.
I say that, and
they
then
tried their
later
best.
later on, some Marvel movies
when we
are
get to
pretty
Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the TV show, holy shit, I love that thing.
Some of them are good, but it's not answering the big questions here. There's not
can't
much
really answer it because the correct answer is that it shouldn't be Tony who has the suit. But if they ended it that way, then there wouldn't be an Avengers. So they kind of have to keep him in the suit.
Yeah. So there's no review for this movie. Is that
There
correct?
is no Martin Scorsese review.
This is so
I am
awful.
disappointed.
This is so
I really
awful.
thought he would have. I can't believe he talked about the fucking Ed Norton Hulk film and not Iron Man 2. Hey, so Aubrey from the editing bay. I couldn't find a Martin Scorsese review for Iron Man 2 because it's not Martin Scorsese. Because he makes movies. Roger Ebert is who does the reviews. Oops.
We have Stan Lee, which you didn't even know.
I didn't even notice.
I saw in that scene. I went, "Oh my god, is that Larry King or is that actually Stan Lee?" And I could not tell you. I rewinded it, and then I actually looked it up.
Still couldn't tell you.
It was Stan Lee as Larry King. Lamest one yet.
Lamest one. He didn't even do anything.
He didn't even say a line. He wasn't even in it for a second. It was half a second of Stan Lee. Lamest one.
It's not great.
Post-credit scene is just...
Post-credit scene was so fucking good.
It's just Phil Coulson pulling up at Thor's hammer.
Well, here's the thing. Here, this is the thing.
I'm listening.
Now, that's okay, whatever. But back then, when the only other post-credit scene was the one with Tony Stark's meeting with General Ross.
Yeah.
And that was really it. This was the first real concrete this is happening.
This is the next movie.
We're doing something no one's done here before. My mom saw Iron Man 2 in theaters, and she stayed until the post-credit scene, and there were people who cheered.
Yeah.
There were people who stood up and clapped at the reveal of Thor's hammer because
it's the best one yet just because it hints the next film.
Yeah.
And it does it in such a, again, I think I actually really like
technically
Thor.
Iron Man and Hulk didn't have one. Because it was Iron Man had a mid-credit scene and then the Hulk's post-credit scene was just before the credits.
Yeah.
It's the first one that really had one.
First one that really had one, and it's the first one that actually properly hinted at the next movie and directly what it was.
It's the first one that they don't have to try and retcon later to be because they had to make a whole short to justify what the Ross meeting Stark scene was because they kind of just fucked it up a little
bit.
The second retcon, this movie has the first two retcons in the MCU.
What are they?
The first wasn't 6 months. The second, the kid. Do you not know what this?
Yeah,
the kid that Tony saves from the drone is supposedly Peter Parker.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the retcon.
Jon Favreau said that he thinks the kid in the Iron Man mask that Tony saves is Peter Parker.
I thought the kid in the Iron Mask comes back, but it was him at the... It was him in the garage or him at the funeral or something.
That was the kid from Iron Man 3. The kid in the fucking
garage.
Potato gun.
Yeah.
We love that guy.
Yeah.
He hasn't really done anything.
I think he's cool.
He's a cool character. He's been in 2 movies and he's had dialogue in one of them.
Wow.
So it's good.
Whatever. I think it was fun.
We'll
get there, I guess.
I do love that his inclusion in Endgame did spawn multiple articles just titled "Who the fuck was that kid at the end of Endgame?" Because nobody remembered.
All right. Do we want to? We've basically already talked about its spot in the MCU.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's
do we want to talk about whether or not it's good? Our opinions.
Iron Man 2 is the best one we've seen so far.
You think it's the best one?
I think it's the best one we've seen so far.
I still think Iron Man 1 is better.
And you know what?
Just because of the opening of Iron Man 1, I think is the best writing and like self-contained story that the MCU has produced. But I think this movie is pretty much the same. I think I will give it 3.5. I gave the first one 4, but I think this one's just a little worse. I would give it like 3.75 if I could, but I can't. So I'm gonna give it 3.5 little pricks out of 5. 3.5 little pricks out of 5.
You will notice. I was hoping this would happen a lot later. The framing device is already broken now. Because the whole scale, like the big arrow graphic that I made and the whole scale, like best to worst, only works if we agree on it. And we don't. We already are like, no. So I don't know what to do with that now.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'll just do whatever I want, I guess.
Well, I mean, like,
I'm the one editing.
Well, we get to have a little. So. All right. So we have Hulk at the bottom. Then we have. We're fighting between Iron Man 1 and Iron Man 2.
I think Iron Man 2 is better.
You think Iron Man 2 is better?
Yeah.
We can settle on them being in the same tier.
Jackson, if you think about it, 2 is bigger than 1. I don't know if you considered that one.
Have you ever considered that 1 is the loneliest number?
Yeah, so it's the worst.
No.
That's your argument? No.
No.
Okay. Oh my god.
We'll have to place them on a tier list at the end. Once we're done them all.
At the end of I was gonna say
at the end of our lives,
I was gonna say
82 years old.
It's gonna take a while for Iron Man 2 to be top, but that's not true because I already know that I like Captain America more.
See, I'm a big hater of Captain America.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll like it better on the second rewalking. I hate Captain America as a character.
That's crazy.
I think he's the worst superhero, and I wish he wasn't in it.
That's crazy.
I just don't like him.
Oh my god. The podcast is over.
It's over. It's gonna be so good.
It's over.
Okay, so what do you give it? I gave it 3.5 little pricks.
Out of 5?
Out of 5.
I feel like we did it out of 10.
Well, okay, if we're doing...
No, last time we did it a 4 because Martin Scorsese does out of 4 for some fucking reason.
I think I've been using 5 consistently.
Maybe. I give it 4.
Give
it a 4.
If we're doing out of 10, first one was... What even was my...
I actually don't remember what I gave the other 2 movies.
It's definitely like... The first one's an 8 out of 10. This one would be like 7.5
right.
out of 10.
You gave Hulk 2 uncomfortable... Yowie men staring at each other out of 5.
Listen, I got some good scores in it. Listen, we'll go back and we'll see.
I actually don't even remember what I gave the other films. I just remember what order I put them in.
It's definitely like 4, 2, and this one is going to be 3.5.
Yeah, I can just create 2 different listings on IMDb. Like, there's no reason we need to share a ranking list.
I mean, yeah, and then we can argue about them later.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Do you wanna close this off? Give us a little conclusion here.
Is there anything miscellaneous that you have, or anything that you want to plug?
I've
other than your stupid fucking pie hole. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll become mimic you, I guess.
This is your Ivan Vanko. This is your fucking Aldrich Killian moment.
No, this is my man in the cave moment. I'm gonna go to your basement now that I'm here and just kind of build the Iron Man suit.
I'm not going to see you in 10 years and you're going to show up in like a full Iron Man suit.
I'm going to create a new element that doesn't make sense and it's going to create a black hole and destroy our world.
This is like the fears about the Hadron Collider were completely justified and you're going to do them.
It's my bad, guys. I'm going to blow up the whole world.
It's my bad and I will do that shit again.
And we're dead.
That
should be it. That should be the end. And we're dead.
If there's nothing else,
yeah.
Is there any note that I put down other than
this is already the longest episode?
Bill O'Reilly. No, I think that's it. I wrote the jail cell scene is peak. Oh, we didn't talk about like the most important character design element.
Oh,
the Mark 4 and 5.
Oh,
we didn't talk about the designs.
We didn't even talk about the triangle.
The Mark 4 was barely in it.
Yeah,
it was all over the marketing. It's on the fucking poster, and it was barely in it.
I had the little suitcase thing. Yeah. It is awesome.
The little suitcase guy is the Mark 4.
Yeah,
Mark 4, and he was barely in.
Yeah,
And that pissed me off because it's such a good design.
It is a good design.
The silver and the red is so good.
I like how they come back and Tony has a really cool way of putting on the suit every single time.
He does do the Mark IV again in Avengers.
I don't know.
I think this is the Mark VI in Avengers. I know that.
Mark V is dope too. I like the triangle.
Is the triangle more iconic than the circle?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ugh. I don't know, man.
That's my triangle noise thing.
The fuck is okay?
It goes. You press it. I had like the little Iron Man action figure as a kid that had the triangle you could press.
I thought you were just saying that that's the sound that all triangles make.
No.
And I was thinking that there's an instrument called the triangle that does not make that noise.
No, that sounds like
a. Okay, I think we've lost it. I think we lost the plot.
We've lost the plot.
This is either, depending on if we talk about Thor within the next week, which honestly doesn't seem very likely.
I mean, yeah, we got Christmas. I have to do Minecraft.
This is either coming out on the 31st or the 1st, so which means it's either the last or first episode of the year.
Ooh.
If we record Thor, it's the last, and Thor is going to come out the very next day. Or if we don't record Thor, then this is it. This is January 1st episode.
Why not make this the December one, and then we just upload mid-January and hopefully get an early February upload?
Well, I was hoping to try and go for the first of every month.
Yeah.
That was my original plan.
Okay,
but
I died. I died
you
for a month.
did for a little bit.
I literally died.
You did actually kind of fucking disappear.
It's not my fault. Blame the university system in Canada.
That's awesome.
Blame grad school. Blame the university system. Blame labor actions, because you obviously hate faculty.
I don't co-sign that statement.
Blame all that. It's not my fault.
Okay, we got sidetracked.
Okay.
Hold on. So you don't have any socials or anything you want to plug?
No, I got nothing I got to plug.
There's no streamer you're watching right now you want to shout out? Poorly aged episode by saying someone who's going to get into sexual assault scandal in 2 months?
Fucking shout out NS Melee.
You really like Atrioc, right?
I was just on the NS Melee stream
Awesome.
I was just accepting an award.
Ooh.
The award was Best Discord Post. I got Best Discord Post of 2025 in Nova Scotia Melee.
That's awesome.
I'm a Discorder. What can I say?
That's awesome. Shout out to this award-winning show.
Yeah. No.
All right. So next time, I've kind of spoiled it, so the ending doesn't work as well.
What ending?
Next time we cut it off halfway through where I say the title, and then it like.
Oh wait. Next time. Today we watched Whiplash, a film about drumming. Next week we watch Sexy Man Naked with a Hammer. Magic Mike.
Fucking asshole. Join us next time when we watch Thor.
Magic Mike.
Thor.
The Dark World.
No. Fuck. No. I just want to end the fucking episode.
Magic Mike.
Magic Mike, the Dark World. It's fucking insane.
I have to keep that in. I think that's racist.
What the I didn't mean it. How is that racist?
The Dark World.
Oh my god. Next time we're gonna watch